Tell us a little bit about Generations Federal Credit Union.
Happy to. Always love talking about Generations and our story. We were founded in 1940 primarily to serve first responders. And of course, since then, we've expanded our membership to include anyone who works, worships, volunteers in our county and surrounding counties. Just under 800 million in assets and around 47,000 members, many of whom still are first responders. But just a great history of loyalty and serving our community.
What type of challenges were you facing before choosing Creatio, and what made you go with a no-code platform?
Yeah, so super common, I know, to a lot of credit unions similar to us. We had multiple platforms, so multiple data injects and not one easy way to gain information about our members. We needed to consolidate that for a better member experience when we're engaging with our members so that any user can see the same set of information, including activities related to that member. Another challenge is some disjointed service flows, workflows that needed to be streamlined and made consistent for a better member experience.
What operational and communication inefficiencies did Creatio help you solve?
We had some disjointed service models. An example would be if a member called the contact center with a specific issue, it might be resolved in one way, whereas if they talk to someone in a branch, it might still get resolved but in a different way. So adding service workflows, service case workflows into Creatio really streamlined that and made a more consistent experience, and we think a more accurate experience for solving service cases. And then with communication, as I've already mentioned, just knowing more about the member in one platform instead of pulling together information from different platforms, as well as we now have insight into specific activities and conversations that happen with the member. So if I pull up a member record and they've been speaking with someone in the lending department, there are notes there and activities associated with that so that I can pick up on that conversation and carry it forward without any trouble, really.
How does Creatio help you engage with younger generations as you try to attract more and more members?
That's so important right now, and it's definitely top of mind for us as well as many of our credit union peers. First of all, just knowing more about them. So again, having that easy access to that demographic of member, and particularly as we fulfill our future plans toward more AI-generated capabilities in the platform, understanding their preferences and how they engage with us informs how we might build out certain processes or products and services going forward.
Tell us a little bit about how Solutions Metrix helped you adapt your strategies.
Yeah, I can't say enough. They truly have been a full partner in this process. As we went into implementation, we've had an idea of what we were solving for and how we wanted things to look on the back end once we're fully implemented, but we could not have foreseen all the other questions that were going to crop up during that process. And they helped advise us. They could take that 30,000 foot view when we were too far down in the weeds and tell us what they saw and advise us on a next step that might benefit us, just really helping us hone exactly what we should build in initially, as well as helping us identify things that we might want to table for a future roadmap.
How has Creatio helped you improve the speed and consistency at Generations?
For us in this initial build, specifically through service cases, creating those workflows in Creatio took a lot of the guesswork out of how we solve specific problems. Our common requests from members were all built into templates there so that the employee goes in and they don't have to guess what the back office department might need to know to solve that. It's all built into the workflow, into the template, and that gives us much faster response times, as well as, again, that more consistent experience that the member has, regardless of which channel they reached us through. It's all going to be handled the same way.
Wendy, what sort of KPIs are you leveraging to measure the success of your Creatio implementation?
User adoption is critically important, so we know we've got to get our folks using it. So right now, just monitoring that engagement, looking at reports that show who's logging on to the system and how many service cases are we entering. That KPI is real important to us right now. But we're also measuring some lagging indicators like member growth and retention, NPS scores through our survey platform. Call handle times might become a part of that as well. And even on the back end, just like those service level agreements we have between departments, just demonstrating how we can speed up some of those processes and create more efficiencies.
How do you plan to leverage the AI native capabilities within Creatio to better help serve your members?
First priority we have is really toward that next best offer. We don't have that currently. It's I won't say it's an informed guessing game, but it's a bit of a process when we have a member in front of us to think about their account set that they have with us and what might benefit them. By having that next best offer, we carve out a lot of that conversation so that we can move right into learning how that can benefit them and learning other things about their relationship that prompts additional needs that we can serve them with.
Wendy, we really appreciate this insightful feedback from you, and thank you again for joining us.
Well, happy to be here and be a part of it and excited to see what's next for all of us.